Hey guys, we're back at you again for our first double digits episode. Welcome to episode 10 of Cult's Podcast. Can you believe the simulation podcast? Don't forget how to Google it. Yeah, we're up to 10 already.
Wow.
We're going to be in the double digits for a while. It's going to take a couple years to get out of here.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it'll be a bit. It'll be a bit.
I did want to shout out some people from our last comments from the last week's episode. We got shout outs to both Mason's mom and my mom. Way to go, you guys, supporting us.
Zach, what the heck?
Yeah, I feel like we're a mom shy here.
I'll get her on it, guys. I'll get her on it.
All right, good. You know, Mason and I, we went to a football game over this last weekend here. There was the Broncos, and then there was some other team, some road team.
It's like I said to the guys at work. We got to watch the Broncos guys who were going to get cut beat up on the Vikings guys who were going to get cut.
Which cut guys were better?
The Broncos cut guys.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It was fun.
So what was the highlight of the Denver trip? I saw a bunch of pictures and, again, keeping me with some FOMO over here.
Can't have FOMO because Jake asked you on this one, man.
Dude, You're not wrong. You ain't wrong.
I don't know what the funnest part was. I think a lot of it was towards the end of the game. We got to get the entire group together. I haven't seen Jonathan in a while. That was good seeing him and Miguel and Jody.
So for real, I haven't seen them in 5 years, 6 years. So.
Yeah. Menu was there. Colby, his girlfriend were there. It's a fun time.
Yeah, good deal, man.
I did get a little bit of footage that we can slip in here.
Stadium has changed though. Like
how so?
It's strange. So at the bottom of the stairs, you've been there, Zach. The bottom of the stairs, they have like these white poles that I guess are the metal detectors now.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So you walk through that, and you just walk through, and they're like, "Yep, go, get the hell out of here."
Yeah, it was strange. You don't like give them your phone or keys or anything. You just go straight through.
Oh, that's so much better.
So, well, yeah,
it's quick, yeah.
But so you go through that, go up the stairs, and you get up top.
Though, or at least I thought it was.
Yeah, you get up top, and they scan your ticket and say, "Get on." And you're like, "Jesus Christ, that was quick."
Yeah.
But then even inside, it's different. Like they have what would you call it?
There's like a help kiosk that you could order your food on.
Yeah.
And you could do it from your phone too, because I was down there and they had like some QR codes. You could scan it and order your beers, and then you just come down and it gives you a number and you pick them up with your number. So no more lines.
Did you get the number 69?
69, 420.
Jesus. But then during the game, there's always guys going around, get your beer here, get your beer here, $5, get your beer. Not one. I didn't see a single one the entire time.
Oh, they were down at the lower level.
So
I got one from a guy.
They're just doing the lower level.
Yeah, that's where the drinkers are.
But it seems like there's a lot less people working there, a lot more automatic.
Yeah.
Robots.
Pretty soon they'll have drones flying your beer out to your seat.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, man!
Good job on your minimum wage, Democrats.
Mason,
How do we fix that? Vote Republican.
Yeah, we don't have that audio clip yet. What do you think about the student loan forgiveness?
Listen. I ain't gonna sit here and say I ain't gonna use it. That'd be a gosh darn lie.
Give it back, man. Add more money to that debt. Yeah. Work harder.
Double it.
But
I also don't think it's probably the smartest thing. But we're under an administration right now that's just printing money like it's going out of style. So
yeah, for sure. Well, I've paid off my student loan, so I'm kind of wondering where my $10,000 is.
Yeah.
Can I have yours when you get it?
It'll be my next stimulus check. But the other thing is, I sent you that meme, and it's a pretty simple meme, but it's like colleges are just going to bump tuition $10,000. Yeah, it's easy. Like it's not a forgiveness for students; it's a forgiveness for colleges.
Well, and it's not to try to make college affordable. That's the problem. It's not affordable.
Yeah, I think the big issues here are the interest rates and the current cost per credit unit at college.
Yep. I think that money probably would have been much better spent towards grants and
and if you take like 18-year-olds who, let's face it, are dumb as fuck, and then you're like, all right, man, you got to take out this huge loan that you can never get bankruptcy, you can't be forgiven, you have to pay it off, no matter what. And it's a 7% interest. I know you don't really know what that means, but fuck it, dude. Go party, have fun. Talk to me in 4 years.
And also, let's not forget that they kind of pressure you into it. You can't do anything in this world if you don't go to college.
Yeah, it's almost like you're ashamed not to, almost.
Yeah, so you got to. You got to take
the only path.
Yeah, you got to take out $60,000 to go to college, and that will absolutely. Well,
but you don't even know you're gambling until later, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're true. You're right. You're absolutely right.
So I just had to bring that up because you mentioned politics.
Yeah.
We try to keep it light on the show, though.
I assumed good old student loan forgiveness was going to be brought up at some point. Here's my view on it. Like, do I feel like I should have to pay for someone else's college? No, I don't think that. But I also don't think that we should be forcing these kids to go to college at the rates they're going to with the interest rates, and then be like, oh, well, that sucks. There's no other option to pay this back. And by the way, it's already doubled in that time span.
Well, if you go to college, don't you make more money than if you don't go to college? Isn't that the common trend?
I think that's the belief.
On average, probably.
If that's true, though.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's what they're, preaching to the choir. You go to college to get paid more money, but then you go to college and you can't pay off the loans you took out to get that education.
Once you start in debt and you're not making any income, so your debt's just building up and building up and building up until you have income coming in. But then it's like you're so far in the hole by that point. You're always working to get out rather than working to get ahead. So.
And what they don't tell you is it's not like you have a job waiting for you as soon as you get done.
Right.
So you might take 5 years before you finally find the job that's actually going to pay you.
Right. And that's scary. It kind of happened to me because I graduated college and I was like, what now? Because it's like nobody tells you what comes after that, right? So it's kind of like panic when you're reaching the end if you don't have a job lined up or anything. But it's like, even if you do have one lined up, you're probably looking at some kind of very, very like junior associate level job, and then you're probably maybe even like an intern, and you're not getting paid anything. So
For a
you have
few
to still
years.
work your way up to kind of what your position is that you went to college for, even after you start.
Well, let's see if Pelosi's husband somehow invested in colleges making money, because obviously this didn't do
Shit.
Can you invest
anything
while
to
you're
s-
in jail?
yeah.
Was it a DUI or something you just got hit with?
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah.
You go for 5 days or something, 7 days in prison, something like that.
But I think we can all agree that the issue is college is too much money, and like Zach said, the interest rates are ridiculous. Has nothing to do with we need to pay for these people's college. What we need to do is make the damn thing affordable for people.
Affordable, yeah. But then again, I'm gonna use that 10K. I'm happy with it, so don't call me a
I want
hypocrite
mine,
over
though.
it either.
You can call me a
That's
hypocrite.
the thing
over
is they didn't give it out fairly. They gave it out to people that still owe
owe,
and they
yeah.
make under a certain amount, and then they get to choose how much you get based on the conditions you meet. And then it's like, what if we're gonna split this up? Why aren't we gonna do it fairly?
Everyone who took out a loan from this date to this date should just get 10K, whether you paid it off or not.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that fair?
I mean, I still don't think we should do that.
Well, no, but like I see for
Yeah.
Jake's point, yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, can I go to college right now and just sign up for $10,000 worth of classes and get that paid for?
Maybe.
Right?
I do want to give one message to our listeners out there. If you are upset about your free $10,000, you can donate it to me, and I'll gladly take it off your hands, guilt free.
Yeah, you can accept gifts up to $15,000 tax free, right?
Dude, not with those IRS agents, dude. They're gonna come knock my door down and shoot me.
No, I'm pretty sure you can legally.
Oh God!
As long as it's from an individual each time.
I saw some. Go ahead, Zach.
I saw they're like the largest government entity.
Yeah.
Like bigger than the FBI, CIA,
Combined.
NSA combined. Is that true, or am I just reading shit on the internet?
No, that's true.
What the fuck, dude? My grandma gave me $200 20 years ago. You gonna come after that?
Well, obviously, it's the biggest agency because that's where all the money comes from.
That's how they're going to take your money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all they
what
care
get you.
about. They can't do the rest of their work without that.
Watch your
Can't buy
Venmo
guns
transaction.
without no money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw an article. I think Hannah's brother sent it to me about how they're having a whole bunch of like accidental discharges with their weapons because obviously none of these people are trained to know what the hell they're doing.
I'm new to this. This is an accident.
Yeah, God. You're gonna see some cell phone footage here in the future of just horrific stuff, guarantee.
Do you just have to get a background check to get a gun, right? You don't have to have like a gun safety or anything.
I think it depends on the state.
I know in Colorado you just have to go, pass a background check.
Yeah, Texas, you just need a Texas license. Or Oklahoma, Louisiana.
7-Eleven. Yeah, I'll take that 1911 right there.
Pretty much, dude. And a pack of smokes.
Yeah. That's how you light it. You go outside and you're like...
Yeah, dude. When I first moved to Texas, dude, like they pulled me over right at the border, and they're like, "Sir, you need this."
We did
We did some desk pops, and I just kept rolling.
You've never done a desk pop?
Jesus.
All right, good shit, boys.
It's a good start. Get all political on the pod.
So, kind of shift gears to something equally as controversial as politics. We could talk about cults and religion.
That's the show, yeah.
So, I got a new segment, and I'm going to describe two things which I think could be a cult.
And you want us to tell you if we think it is or what?
And you guys are going to have to tell me if it's a cult or not.
Wait, so you're telling us two things and we choose the one that is a cult?
Nope. They're all up for debate. I'm going to tell you three things. And you're just going to say that one is or isn't. And then I will reveal what it actually is at the end.
Well, is this based on your opinion? Reveal what it actually is?
No, it's based on his mock-ups and
plans. Or do you have some sort of like info on this?
I got it'll all make sense. Just it'll all make sense.
Okay.
I will
Just
say,
keep on drinking the Kool-Aid.
I am a member of one of these. If you want to say it's a cult or not,
Okay.
so I'll just preface that.
Okay.
All right, y'all
I didn't
ready?
know you were a Scientologist.
Mormon dude, into that soap.
Dad, Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet.
All right,
It's cold.
I just want to read the description of a cult for you guys real quick.
Okay.
A system of religious venerations and devotions directed toward a particular figure or object.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's a veneration?
Great question, dude. Great question.
That's more confusing than cult is.
Yeah, you should have. I thought I knew what it was before the definition.
If y'all don't know what a cult is, I got a business plan for y'all, so just hit me up later, all right?
You know the email, guys. Gmail.com.
All right. The first one. It has either monthly or yearly fees. You join this based on your location. So keep in mind, most religions are kind of dictated by your location you're at. If you want to change something about yourself, your property, anything about it, there's usually like a vote required from all the members. You can't really control it yourself. You have other votes. People know who's in charge. They're usually more like authoritarian, and they don't really, you really never know how they got there.
What is an HOA?
Yep.
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
Yeah.
Part of, or is that a secret?
So is HOA a cult?
It's not a cult, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would agree. They're not forcing you to live a certain way. They're just keeping you up to certain standards, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's definitely not a cult either, because I don't feel like they're like worshiping any one person or
Right. And there's not like one HOA taking over the world.
Alrighty.
What's your outlook, Zach?
You know, one of my coworkers recently just purchased a house, and they told me that they're in an HOA. I was like, "Oh, you fucked up."
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you fucked up," and they're like, "Oh, you have to." I was like, "Oh, fuck." I was like, "HOA is basically a cult," and that is what inspired this topic.
So
yeah, if you did join an HOA, you're probably fucked up, and you probably regret it because you're probably paying like $3,000 a year in fees, all because your neighbor's lawn looks the same as your lawn. Whoop-de-doo. But no, I don't think it's a cult. You're not really worshiping anyone. You're not really doing anything like that. But it has very odd tendencies.
and
I think you had Mason and I stomped until like that third bullet point there when you were mentioning it was like a group of people control a smaller region or something.
What was your second bullet point?
Vote to change.
What was your first one?
Yearly or monthly fees.
Number 2 is when I got it.
Yeah.
What was number 3?
Leader is usually in charge, but you don't really know how they got there.
Okay. I must have gotten in between 2 and 3
then. As much trash as we were talking about HOAs, and I do hate them. Good God, if I lived in an HOA right now, my neighbors' houses would look so much better.
How's your neighbor's picket fence going?
Dude. Picket fence. Let's clarify
this. Can we get a picture of this thing to put on the pod?
Pallet fence. Zach.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I've seen the pictures.
Can we put it on the podcast, or is that not allowed?
Not allowed.
All right.
Then on my other side, had a fucking damn bed mattress out there for 2 weeks. It was probably closer to 3 weeks.
You know who my neighbors are?
No.
Wes Welker.
Oh, you dirty dog. I bet he's trash.
Trash. What the hell?
Wow. All right. And moving on.
What's number 2?
Number 2. All right. This one has one main figurehead or person. Usually will deliver a weekly, sometimes daily, but at least monthly message or scripture or words or whatever form you want to use there. Usually involves some form of controversy, kind of goes against the grain sometimes. Frequently delivers messages on drugs, sometimes talks about stories about his drugs. And the one kicker is if you want to receive these messages, you have to be a member of this group or organization.
And are we just trying to guess if it's a cult?
Based
I
on
want to try
what
to
I
guess
described,
what it is. Yeah.
do you think
I
it's
think-
a cult?
I think it is a cult.
Okay.
I think it is not a cult. I think you have to be a member.
See, the whole member thing, and then the followers, and then the leaders on drugs. That's giving me cult vibes.
Mhm.
I feel like it's like Alcoholics Anonymous.
No.
Dang.
So I will say, if you guys do think this is a cult, then I think I'm a cult member.
All right.
Gym membership.
Because I essentially just described the Joe Rogan experience. So delivers like weekly scriptures or words.
Wait, but we don't pay anything.
Spotify, you have to be on Spotify to use it.
You can
But
get
it's free
Spotify
still.
for free. You just can't listen to it offline.
I didn't say pay. And
I thought
if you
you
guys
Oh,
are
I thought-
listening to this
I
and
kind of
replay
thought
it,
that's what member was.
some people pay for Spotify.
Hey, you can follow us, the actual cults, on Spotify.
Smash that like button. And then I got one more. So this individual, definitely the figurehead, main person for this movement, we'll call it. Usually will deliver a bi-yearly message. So usually will come out and say something once or twice a year. There's usually like a specific audience they target. Some people could describe. Never mind. Not going there. I'll get canceled. And will often maybe even tour the world to gain followers, gain people to follow them, to continue listening to their message for years and years and years.
Is this the Pope?
Is it
It
like
is not the Pope.
is it just like a televangelist?
It is
Like-
not.
Is this the
Like,
president?
What's his
This
face?
is actually
Down by you.
This is actually Taylor Swift.
Oh Jesus!
So,
So
a
it is
lot
kind of a cult.
of Swifties out there. You might be part of a cult.
I like this segment. You kind of stumped us on those last two.
Yeah.
There will be more. I figured we'd lay off the talk of Mormons, the Amish,
Yeah.
actual
we
cults for a
spread it
bit.
around.
So everyone gets the heat, Catholics are coming next.
Yeah. I thought she was hitting him with that last one.
Have you guys
goodness.
been keeping up with Artemis 1?
With what?
Artemis 1?
I
By
don't
my
even know what you're
face, no, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Guys, why are you so behind on the times?
Dude, I go to work, I eat, I work out, I go to bed, repeat.
Every once in a while, I jump on a podcast.
Yeah, once a week you guys see.
Act like I know what I'm talking about.
Educate me on
You're supposed to bring new stuff to the table here.
What do you got for us, Jake?
Artemis 1 is NASA's new moon mission series. So Artemis 1 is the first mission. It was actually supposed to launch yesterday or the day before. We recorded this ahead of time, so that's going to be a little bit off if you're listening. But it was scrubbed because they deemed one of the 4 engines wasn't safe to launch. And they plan on rescheduling that. I believe it's September 6th or September 8th. So probably around the next time we are doing a podcast here, we'll know if that went successfully or not. But in this mission, they're sending up a rocket. It's the payload. Or I guess not the payload, but the fuselages are 15% larger than the original moon missions, the Apollo missions. And this is going to go up, orbit around the moon, and then come back to Earth. This is unmanned. We're just trying to see if we can do this because we have plans to put a man on the moon by like 2030, I believe.
So let me ask you this, Jake.
Okay.
If we're doing this to find out if we can do this, does that mean that the moon landing was fake?
So I think it makes people more skeptical of that, right? There's a lot of stuff that we're still trying to figure out now that we didn't know back then. Plus, our computers are billions of times more advanced than they were then. The Apple Watch on your wrist is more powerful than all of the computers and all of the Apollo missions combined. So it's we've gone through a lot over the past 60 years here.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here, Jake.
Yes.
I have been a moon conspiracy theorist for quite some time.
Dude, I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Quite some
you from
time,
college.
my sir.
Are you a moon lander denier?
I guess I am.
Wow.
Guys, there's so many facts that I've had to bring up the Wikipedia page.
Did you see how he had that thing locked and loaded, man?
He was hoping I said this.
I didn't know you were going to go there.
Make my day, motherfucker.
Let's hear it. I doubt you'll convince me.
Convince you that it's faked?
Convince me that it was real.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Well,
Jake, do you think it's fake?
I'm not really going to try to convince you it's real, though, is the problem.
Sweet.
I'm going to point out a lot of things or problems with the original moon Apollo missions, and then we'll kind of decide together. How about that?
Do you have a stance? You don't have to say what it is, just yes or no.
I'll just say I've always been skeptical. I've never fully believed it, but I've never disbelieved it either, and I don't know what to believe. It's kind of like the same thing of like seeing a ghost or whatever. It's like, if you have never seen it, you've never believed it or whatever. So like they've never sent
ghosts don't exist.
They've never sent a man to the moon while we were alive, right? So we've never even seen it happen. So I feel like if it happened in our lifetime, it'd be easier to believe.
But you see, I don't think anybody's ever had it in their lifetime. That's the thing.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, well, okay, I see what you're saying now. It's the propaganda.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's see your facts, buddy.
All right, so I didn't really take a look at this ahead of time. There's a bunch of sections here of different stuff and environment. The astronauts could not have survived the trip because of exposure to radiation.
Correct.
I've always thought that was true also. You have to have solid lead like inches thick to stop radiation from the sun. And even if you had that, you're in the sun, so you're exposed to like, what is it, like thousands of degrees Fahrenheit. So then you're talking about lead melting. So I don't know what you do about that.
What? How are they gonna work it when they go up there and they're like, yeah, see, there's our flag that we planted way back in the day.
Yeah, it's been here all along. All right, so number 2 here, the film cameras would have been fogged up because of the radiation, which is also true. That was actual film, that wasn't digital stuff, so that would have been extremely grainy in that amount of radiation.
There's one that I didn't ever even hear about, but totally makes sense.
The moon's surface during daytime is so hot the camera would have melted within a second. The Apollo 16 crew would not have survived a big solar flare firing out when they were on their way to the moon. I don't know much about that one.
I mean, it makes
All right.
sense. It sounds legit. I don't know if it's legit though, but it sounds legit.
I think we're getting into some stuff Mason's going to know about here. The flag placed on the surface by the astronauts fluttered despite no wind being on the moon. This suggests that it was filmed here on Earth and a breeze caused the flag to flutter.
Or a fan that they were trying to go, hey, let's make it look real.
Right. It would still have like momentum if you pushed it down, but it wouldn't. Yeah, it would just go down. It wouldn't bounce back. All right. Footprints in the moon dust are unexpectedly well preserved despite the lack of moisture. So you got dust storms up there every single day, and they're just saying that the footprints never get covered up by dust, despite there being no water. The alleged moon landings used either a soundstage or were filmed outside in a remote desert, with the astronauts either using harnesses or slow motion photography to make it look like they were on the moon. So this is kind of talking about kind of I guess you would call it the propaganda that if the moon landing was fake, the videos and audio and all that stuff that they put together. And what is it that everyone says Stanley Kubrick was the one that filmed it in Hollywood? And they put all the signs in The Shining. Have you ever seen that
No, I haven't seen that.
stuff? Yeah, so apparently he put all this secret stuff in The Shining to try to let people know it was fake too. All right, mechanical issues.
Did it not go into the shadows?
Of the flag.
I feel like you're about to go into the shadows.
Well,
though.
that was just the environment section. It could be
Okay.
down here later.
Okay.
Mechanical issues. The lunar modules made no blast craters or any sign of dust.
Hmm.
Mason's like,
Yeah. Another point up on my side.
Yeah.
The second stage of the launch rocket or the lunar module accent stage or both made no visible flame. That one I could see going either way. I don't know if you could say no visible flame means no thrust, because you get a very light blue or transparent clear at very high temperatures.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say if I have a little flame, there's definitely a thrust though.
Tell me about your flames and thrust.
I don't want to hear about Zach's thrusts.
The lunar modules weighed
Continue.
17 tons and made no mark in the moon dust, yet footprints
They're
can be seen.
Yeah.
The air conditioning units that are part of the astronauts' spacesuits could not have worked since there was no atmosphere on the moon. That's one that Mason probably knows about.
Yeah.
Transmissions. This is a different section here. There should have been more than a 2-second delay in communications between Earth and the moon at distance of 4,000 kilometers, because that's how fast the radio waves travel. It would be longer than 2 seconds, yet it was shorter.
Yeah.
Typical delays in the communication were under half a second. The Parkes Observatory in Australia was billed to the world for weeks, as the same site would be relaying communications from the moonwalk. However, 5 hours before transmission, they were told to stand down. So they built this observatory that was going to take in all the TV and radio signals and everything from the moon. And then before they landed, they told them to shut down and not do it.
That we don't need you anymore. We've got somebody in Hollywood. I mean,
We good. We got this. Stan, just go take a nap.
The Peaks Observatory, that observatory that was told to stand down, supposedly received better signal, even though it was on the opposite side of the Earth. I'm not sure what that one means or it explains really. So
This guy went way more into depth than I would have.
this is just Wikipedia, so this is a whole gaggle of people.
Yeah.
All right. Here's photographic and film oddities. This is probably where shadow comes in.
Ooh. Ooh.
In some photos, the crosshairs appear to be behind objects. The cameras were fitted with a, I don't know how to say that word, RESEAU plate, Rasu plate. A clear glass plate with a rectile etched on it, making it impossible for any photographed object to appear in front of the grid. Conspiracists often use this as evidence to suggest the objects were pasted over the photographs, hence the obscure of the rectile.
Do you experience a rectile?
Function, yes. Number 2, the crosshairs are sometimes rotated or in the wrong place completely. Number 3, the quality of the photographs is implausibly high. And it goes in to explain there that
they're too good.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading some of the technical stuff there. It sounds like they had film cameras though, and it was a 70 millimeter camera, but the whole film everything would have been grainy. All right, number 4. There's no stars in any of the photos. The Apollo 11 astronauts also started in a post-mission press conference that they did not remember seeing any stars.
Do you think there's someone out there who like faked these photos and then like went to bed that night, woke up at 2 a.m. like, fuck, I forgot the stars.
No, they Clinton the people who were taking the photos.
How do you forget the stars anyways? Such a simple thing with space. The angle and color of shadows are inconsistent. This suggests artificial lights were added.
So I think Mason brought up a good point there. Ah, fuck.
Which is?
Uh-oh.
And so it begins.
And so it begins. Oh my god. Look at this guy.
I hope it freezes like that for the YouTube version too.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't think he was really missing much of this. We'll get back to his idea in a second.
I'm really upset because he said I brought up a good point and then froze.
I think he just bailed. He like rage quit. He's like, you brought up a good point. I'm out of here.
He's like, I can't let people know Mason brought up a good point. How you doing?
It's Johnny.
Yeah.
So what's the good point that Mason brought up?
Well, so I'm going to just go on record and say I believe that we actually landed on the moon.
Guys, he's on record. Don't cancel him.
Can't believe you
Don't cancel.
Can't believe you put that on record.
Yeah, I need a little more than a Wikipedia article to.
What are we talking about? We just got done editing this.
Anyway, my whole time was like, dude, can we really keep a fucking secret that well? Like, dude, I get told one thing, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta tell someone, you know? Like, I'm sure I've expressed secrets with you guys that I probably shouldn't be telling people. Anyway, my whole time was like, how do we keep that a secret? And then Mason over here is like, they Clinton those motherfuckers. I was like, just like Disney Channel taught me, dead men tell no tales.
Yes. They can't say nothing.
So, my point is invalid. Well done, Mace.
Yeah.
What about this one? There are identical backgrounds in photos, which were according to their captions taken miles apart.
Yeah, I seen that one. Like the entire landscape's the same.
Have you ever drove through Nebraska?
Yeah.
All right.
Which cornfield is that?
It all looks the same.
You get to Iowa, and it's the same though.
It's true.
What about the number of photos taken is impulsively high, close to 50 per second, which was not possible by the technology back then, by the way. On a
I'm
single
not smart enough to
camera.
understand this.
Yeah.
You could tell me it's 50, 1,000, or 2. I don't know what that means.
All I'm gonna tell you is it's faked. It's always been faked. I'm glad some people are starting to realize that it's been faked.
It is the fakest conspiracy in the history of conspiracy theory.
You got 4 more bullet points, and then I'll let you.
Fucking love you, Zach.
A resident of Perth, Western Australia, a woman named Erna Redonald. Right.
That's a fake name.
Jesus Christ! 2 of the same letters? What is this?
It's fake because I just made it up. That was my bad. Una Ronald. I don't know why I said the other name.
Uma Thurman.
Yeah. Said that for 2 or 3 seconds she saw a Coca-Cola bottle roll across the lower right quadrant of her television screen that was displaying the live broadcast of the Apollo 11 EVA. She also said that several letters appeared in West Australia discussing the Coca-Cola bottle incident within 10 days of the lunar landing.
Oh God! Can you imagine a Coca-Cola bottle just ruining their whole thing?
It's a bummer that we don't have a recording of that one.
Oh yeah. What's like what was it in Game of Thrones? They had a Starbucks coffee in one of the scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that happens if you're filming enough stuff. And
Yeah, it's good. It's bound to
mistakes
happen.
are bound to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
There appear to be hot spots in some photos that look like a large spotlight was used in place of the sun. So they're saying some photos look too bright in areas to be from the sun. At number 12 here, I didn't number them all, so this is probably confusing for the listener. What number
Last.
we're on? Who filmed Neil Armstrong stepping onto the moon? Huh? Nowadays they say Buzz Aldrin was the first man on the moon, right? Because he got out the camera and started filming Neil Armstrong.
Oh, is that what they're claiming?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah. Or did he just die? He's either still alive or he just died.
I've seen the videos of him like punching skeptics. That's why I would never say anything to him. I believe you. I believe you. Don't punch me.
There he is.
God damn people.
Now for our next segment, who's got worse internet, Zach or Johnny?
There's definitely.
Yeah. We should keep a tally of how often they disconnect.
I've turned off all other forms of like things that take Wi-Fi. The only thing taking Wi-Fi is my computer right now, and I fucking can't do it.
What kind of internet you got?
Dude, AT shit and T, all right?
Ooh. You mean they're owned by CNN, you know that, right?
No.
You sure they don't
That's
own
why,
CNN?
I said vote Republican, and then there you know.
And then he tries shutting you down.
Shut the fuck up, Zach.
It's
That's
all
how they get you.
It's all making sense now.
I do a Trump reference, boom, shut me down. Wow.
Yep.
Every time he starts going on conspiracies, kick him out.
Kick him out.
I believe in the moon landing, CNN. Christ.
Yeah, but now you said Christ, so they'll shut you down for that.
How much do you guys like conspiracy theories?
Love them.
Buddy, I went through a stage. It was a dark time, all right?
Because
there was nothing that happened that I believed in at the time. But
Dude, I didn't believe a single thing.
yeah.
People exist. The only thing I never believed in is flat Earth.
Yeah, flat Earth. Come on now.
I'm not retarded.
Yeah. But you believe in the moon landing?
There's some pretty other bad conspiracy. What about chemtrails?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah, those are good.
The only
All right,
chemtrail they're leaving is the pile of shit that they're dumping out of it.
But I was asking about conspiracies because there's a pretty big one coming up in the next couple of weeks here.
Oh,
If you know what I mean.
no.
Next month is
September. Oh, 9/11.
Yep, don't believe that one.
All right, we gotta flip Mason on the next one then.
Wait, you don't believe in 9/11? Like,
I believe it happened.
well, yeah, I believe it happened. Do you believe that it was a
Everyone knows
conspiracy or inside job?
It happened either way. The
I don't
buildings were
think so
down.
either.
You what?
I don't think it's a conspiracy either.
No, I think it was legit.
I think shit happened behind the scenes that we
Well,
capitalized on.
Let's put an exclamation point on the end of this and do some extra shit. I believe, but
yeah. When that was a chance, might as well.
yeah,
Guys.
exactly.
I have to
My
get
dad
you to
are
watch
home.
something though.
You what?
I have to get you to watch something.
Oh God, is it
If-
Fahrenheit
then we'll-
9/11?
No,
I ain't
It's,
watching that.
Is it Michael Moore?
Mm.
no, it's 9/11, the new Pearl Harbor. It's a documentary. It's pretty long, but it's really good. Like it's not like fake, phony bullshit that they're preaching the whole time. That's like obviously fake. They go into like
It's a legit
the
documentary.
yeah, they go more like science and physics and stuff rather than personal accounts. So
Okay.
I bet you it won't change my mind on anything.
that's okay. I'm watching Star
So-
Wars, so you can watch the conspiracy stuff.
Just a quick question on that: are they saying Pearl Harbor was a conspiracy too?
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
wow.
All right.
I'll be
Let me
clear
write
with
it
you
down.
though that they just briefly touch on Pearl Harbor at the very beginning, and that's it.
That's all right. I'll
I think
watch
they're
it.
just trying to draw comparisons, maybe.
Are there any conspiracy theories you guys do believe in?
I believe in obviously moon landing was faked.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one for you. This ain't one that I believe, but it just popped into my head. Like when they're all the time coming up with the conspiracies, like Tupac didn't die or Michael Jackson didn't actually die.
They do that with like every big celebrity.
Oh my God, it kills me, man.
Yeah, it's like people die.
Yeah, you know that's the thing.
Not Tupac.
Yeah, apparently not Tupac.
I saw him in the grocery store.
Yeah, or Elvis, or yeah. It's ridiculous.
What about Hitler down in South America?
You know, I wanted to watch that. There's a thing on History Channel about it.
Hunting Nazis.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
That's Argentina, though, isn't it? They all went down there after
Yeah,
the war.
well, there's a Nazi colony down there. Tim Kennedy talks a lot about it.
Yeah, I want to look at that because I haven't actually like seen anything on it. I've just heard people talking about it, so I want to watch it.
Apparently, the Russians have Hitler's body, but they just never showed it to anyone. Dude, what's that
They
stank
were the
face
ones
for,
that
dog?
ended up killing him.
Dude, my dog smells so bad.
You guys hear Hannah outside my house right now?
Oh shit! I'm just surprised that your motorcycle hasn't drove by yet. I guess that was on Monday.
It's Monday nights, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jake, is there any conspiracy theories you believe in?
I'm sure there are, but I can't think of any like off the top of my head though.
JFK.
I think okay, I got one. I think that Mason's gonna love this. I think the swabs you do on your cheek, the DNA test that you send in, I think they sell that information to insurance companies.
Probably not insurance companies. They're going to clone you, Jake, just so you know.
I don't think they're worried about that. I think they just want to sell it to insurance so that they can adjust your rate based on maybe medical conditions that you have.
Nope, they're going to look at your swab and say, we need some more 46-year-old men in this world and clone you.
I am like
You
the
just added
perfect
a
specimen.
Oh, shit. And here comes another mean comment. Jake's mom's going to start bullying me. You know I'm never going to be able to come to your house again. Your mom's going to freaking bar
I'll tell her
me.
to fill up like water balloons with hot sauce before you show up.
Put my picture on the front door. This person is not welcome in this establishment again. Yikes. Okay. I can't think of one off the top of my head, I guess.
JFK is probably the biggest one for me.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably going to be its own episode for that one.
Yeah, I think we
That's a
should
big
save
one.
that for another day.
I have done quite a bit of research on that one, so that'll be interesting.
Mhm.
I've seen a
We'll
lot of
chat.
stuff on that one. You know, I'm gonna watch. I've always been meaning to watch Parkland, and I finally found it because you can stream it for free on Tubi right now. So I'm gonna
Don't know
watch
what
that
that
too.
is. What is that?
It's after President Kennedy's assassinated. It's kind of like the doctors in the hospital and stuff, kind of responding to that. It's a movie from 2013. It's got a ton of big actors in it.
Cool.
I mean, I believe he got shot.
Yes. Oh yeah, I believe he got shot.
Okay.
I believe he died.
Yeah.
So,
There's no.
He moved to Argentina.
Yeah. There's just some extra stuff there that
Yeah.
we'll dive into on another.
Have you ever heard the story of like Jackie Kennedy? She's like holding like chunks of his brain. She's like, "Do you guys need to put these back in?"
That's awful.
At the hospital. Dang, dude, that's brutal. And for her to like be in such shock to not even think of that.
Oh my god! Wow. We went somewhere. We just went somewhere.
All right.
You guys made that seem a lot worse than it was, I think.
Oh my god, dude.
Boys, it was nice knowing y'all.
That was something I'd never heard of in my life.
I never heard that either. I don't think I want to hear that again. I'm going to forget that.
Well, you guys have obviously seen like the Zapruder film, though.
Nope. What is that?
The film of him getting shot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
They call it the Zapruder? Is that the guy that filmed it?
Yep.
What a name.
The FBI got the tape from him because he was the only person filming.
Where did he get shot?
Dallas.
So he gets shot in Texas, and the guy's name is Zapruder.
Why is he the only guy with a camera?
Zapruder is the guy filming, and it's his last name.
Yeah. You ever seen a Texan with that as a last name? Nah.
Don't think I have.
Maybe the camera was a gun.
It
had the scope already on it, boys.
Oh, shit.
That's been fun.
We did 10 episodes, and now we're
now we're wrapping it up.
Sure glad I bought this new light.
I guess I still got the boxer on microphone. I can return that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I threw mine out. It was right over here.
Dude, I don't know what it is with me and boxes, but I can't throw a box
Throw them away. What if I have to like store it later?
Are you guys hoarders?
So when my
Just
girlfriend
boxes.
moved in with me, we found like cell phone. We found so many of my old cell phone boxes because you save it because it's got the little earphones they give you and this and that. You're like,
I
I'm
have a
gonna
bunch of
use that
those sitting around.
someday.
I think I probably still have an iPhone 4 one.
Yep. I saved all my PlayStation, Xbox, all them boxes.
Oh.
I saved my PS5. I never saved it before then, though. I learned that
Pop
later
boxes.
on that it's easier to move if you keep those boxes because you can just load them back up and take them.
Hey, those are gonna be worth something, dog.
How you doing, Zach?
Where's mine? Mine's somewhere around here.
I'm gonna start displaying them all behind me. You'll be like, Jesus Christ.
Just shelves and shelves of them.
Yeah.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
So, guys, I saw the second Star Wars.
Let's hear about it. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
tell me your thoughts.
But I'm excited unless you say you didn't like it. Then I might drive to Denver and murder you.
Yeah, pick me up at the airport. I'll be there.
Yeah.
It is better than the Phantom Menace.
What?
It's the only one that is coming to the airport. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Well, there's just so much more action, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just Zach's really disappointed, dude.
I liked it better.
Did you watch the other episode of me giving the Phantom Menace review? And I was like, it's a 5 out of 10.
I did see that. Yeah, I also saw that. My roommates in college were lightsaber guys.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. We should bring that up real quick.
Yeah. So one of my roommates in college, you know who you are. Shout out to you. Yeah,
He was
Definitely
a good kid.
sharing
He was a good kid.
he was a really nice guy, super cool. But yeah, he just would like to dress up as like cosplay. I think is the term they use. And then they would just go like choreographer.
Okay, why do they have to have a term for that? They can't just call it dressing up because that sounds too childish.
Well, you got to distinct it from being a furry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not like I'm getting furred right now when I put on my
Ooh.
furry costume,
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
like the president's son.
moving on.
Okay, go ahead, Zach.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, he would just go have fun, choreographer,
Do the lightsaber
like their little
duels.
dance. Yeah.
So
It was
did they practice the choreography, or is it just like a freestyle thing?
dude. He could just be like beating the shit out of the other guy with the lightsaber, or he could be dancing with it. I have no idea. I would watch from afar, and I'd be walking by, I'd be like, "Hey, Zach." I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" I won't say your name. They were legit lightsabers, though. I'm not even like
Spent some money on them things.
Glass
those
things.
Yeah, the Force FX. You real
Yeah.
fans know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, us real
All right.
fans.
Carry on, man. Give me that.
On to episode 2, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna give this one like a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
I told you the middle three are probably going to be my favorites.
And then I might even like the new ones because I was
thinking in the middle of
Oh
this
my
one, it's
God.
so distracting seeing like all this old crap that doesn't mean anything.
Did he just say it doesn't mean anything?
I swear to God, if you like the newest ones more than these,
They're all clones. I mean, they can just keep cloning them. It's the Clone Wars.
Zach, I hope you can figure out how to edit and post all these freaking things.
Yeah, that's our podcast. Jake left the simulation.
Good luck finding moon landings on Wikipedia.
Dang it, what was that website he used for that boot landing?
I do got to say, it brought me so much joy when you, I think it was a Snapchat, sent it to, maybe it was in the pod, that, look, guys, it's the meme. And it is. It's that famous
It's
meme.
the meme.
Sitting down on the lawn.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all I could think of. I was like, I can't even hear what they're saying right now. That's hilarious. I thought that was definitely from like the newer movies though, because that's kind of a newer meme. So
Yeah. Well, it was around
It's
before. It was around before memes. So
yeah, but why would you go back to an old movie?
because
I guess they go back to
watching
SpongeBob.
it again.
Dude, it's timeless. Star Wars is timeless.
I love it. So I do agree, Jake. I do like it better than Phantom Menace. I did like the Phantom Menace, though. That's the thing. But I like to
Clone Wars is my least favorite.
dude.
Clone Wars is your least favorite?
Yeah, it's my least favorite of all the 9 Star Wars movies.
So Mason kind of told me the Phantom Menace was like one of the worst received ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably my
So have I
third
seen the
favorite,
two
though.
worst ones now?
No. That we're not talking our judgment. We're just
Oh.
talking. We're just talking about
Yeah.
general Star Wars fans. They didn't like Phantom Menace.
Well, you know what I think it is? I think like the original Star Wars, like the New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. Those Star Wars fans, I think they're a little snobby.
Yep.
They're like, oh, this is the original, and
I
then they
think
try
that's
to.
me. I've never seen
Yeah.
it, but I think that's me.
Then they remake it with the same like creator George Lucas with more money, more effects, and they're like, oh no, this isn't right.
I
Like,
think it's. I think
shut
it's
the
just
fuck up.
what you grew up on. Is your
Yeah, you're right.
So
But
you
what if
and I
didn't
grew
grow
up on with-
anything?
Well,
But then
you'll
it-
be the judge.
Well, do you hate the new 3?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't hate them. I don't hate them. But there's a lot that I'm like, God, they just butchered
All right.
that. God,
Maybe it's
they
the
just
same
messed
feeling.
that up.
All right, then it's the same feeling as the older fans feel with the prequels and so on and
Yes.
so forth.
We'll get into those when Jake gets there because there's a
Mhm.
lot I have to say about him. That whatever.
So who's cooler to you, Count Dooku or Darth Maul?
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like Dooku's a badass, and you don't ever get to see it in the actual like trilogy. You have to watch the Clone Wars to see how much of a badass Count Dooku is. And
They
you'll
had
never
to reinvent him for like a separate show to show off how badass he was.
Well, so no, they made like cartoons in that storyline to kind of get the middle points that the movies don't get to tell, like the storylines.
Interesting.
Like what happens between episode 1 and episode 2? What happens
I
between
feel like
episode 2
I
and
have to be
episode
honest.
3?
I feel like this whole thing would work better as a TV show.
Well,
The
so
first episode 1, Phantom Menace, it's just like the whole movie is basically introducing Anakin and kind of building up his character so they can use him again, right? But they take like a whole movie to do that. It's like you didn't even really get to see much besides the pod race.
So I think other issue with this is that they released episode 4, 5, and 6 before 1, 2, and 3. So you have 4, 5, 6. You already know the end result from 1, 2, and 3. So now, I mean, what are you going to do with 1, 2, and 3? You know
have
what
to
I
make
mean?
it work.
Yeah, you just have to find a way to fit it into a certain criteria or order. You know, you can't just freeball it, I guess.
I think we should be free balling all the time, though.
Well, I'm freeballing right now.
Speaking of free balls, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Free balls, the newest balls for your pocket.
You want some free balls? You know where to find them. Shoot us an email. Can you leave the simulation at gmail.com?
Zach, I hope you don't have
It's
freeballs.
not the right email.
They're supposed to be outside the scrotum, right?
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
So
It's like
did you not enjoy it?
I enjoyed it more than the first one, but
Still no.
I still don't get the Star Wars hype at this point.
how old are you?
You had to be there.
28.
That's why.
You
Yeah.
should know
You had to be there.
for my age test.
If I was 46, just watching Star Wars, I probably won't like it.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
You should feel
Too
46.
mature for this stuff.
Well, have you guys seen Lord of the Rings?
No, I haven't.
Yes. I just saw that one in college.
See, I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I have no interest in
I have
watching it.
no interest to watch it either.
I gotta be honest with you, it's better than Star Wars right now.
Shut the fuck up!
It is.
Dude,
it just is.
No, it's not.
How would you know? You haven't seen it.
I can promise you it's not.
Oh my lord. Well, I think Johnny Grande is going to be a permanent guest.
You just send me the videos and I'll edit them, I guess.
We'll source that out. Don't worry.
I'm so upset that he thinks Lord of the Rings is better than Star Wars.
Hey, I'm only at episode 2 of Star Wars. Anything can happen.
I want to cancel this segment. I don't want him to watch the rest.
Might as well scrap this whole episode.
Should we call we could rename the segment to Movies Better Than Star Wars.
None.
Be pretty quick. And none.
Wouldn't the new ones come out in college and you guys drove like the whole way somewhere to see them?
We drove to
We waited
Junction.
in line. Yeah.
Yeah. We had opening
waited in
night
line.
tickets in Junction. I watched the new one 5 times.
Such nerds.
5 times in opening weekend. 5.
What the hell?
It helps when you own a movie.
And you're like, I didn't like them as much as the others, but they were okay.
Exactly.
Saw it 5 times.
Imagine the others.
I don't get how you can see it 5 times. I've never seen a movie 5 times in the theater.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
I had a pirated copy of episode 3.
Whoa, you heard him, boys. Get him.
I watched that one so many times through some guy's like camera lens, like it's shaking.
Oh, God. And you enjoyed it just the same.
I love that movie.
Number 3 is my favorite of all time. Of all the Star
Agreed.
Wars. So, Jake,
Agreed, hands down.
Ooh.
buckle up, Jake. Buckle up.
What's the third one called?
Empire Strikes Back.
Now,
No.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Then The New Hope. Then Empire Strikes Back.
Back.
Return of the Jedi. And then Force
Force Awakens.
Awakens. And I can't even remember number.
I don't know. The one's Rise of
Number 8.
Skywalker.
That's the last one. Is the Rise of Skywalker.
I don't know what 8 is.
Probably This Is Shitty.
Some fan you guys are.
It was probably the worst.
Number 8's the worst
Mm-hmm.
by far.
Well, I'm interested to see what he thinks about number 3, because if he doesn't like that, I
you
think we
don't-
could just
yeah,
cancel the
If
segment.
you don't like number
Told
3,
you. I think I come to like 4, 5, and 6 the most though.
okay.
You're already biased, man.
Bias from what?
You just told me. I think I'm going to like 4, 5, and 6 better.
Just
I don't know
'cause,
what
like,
biased you for that.
they're just older, and it's like I feel like it'll be more fitting of the whole theme.
That is right. You are 46, so it came out in your
Yeah.
childhood.
It came out when I was young.
Oh, I hate myself. So I did listen to the podcast, both of the episodes.
You're finally caught up.
I'm caught up. I took some notes.
Oh, okay.
What is this, behind the scenes or ask the directors?
There's just a few things where you're like, I'll bring that up when Zach gets here or something like that.
Good. I'm glad you took notes because we already forgot.
Figured you guys would have forgot about
What?
So I think
How do you wipe? How do you wipe?
That's what the world wants to know.
yeah,
Do you stand up or stay seated?
Yeah, I stand up.
Yes.
Yeah, you stay seated.
None of us.
It was Johnny. Johnny does.
Uh-huh.
He said he squats, so we don't really know what that means.
I have to say, like, what you guys are saying in response is exactly what I'm thinking. Like, Johnny's like, what do you like, squat forward and stuff? And one of you is like, dude, why do we have to get the details? Do you sit or squat?
He's like, well, I kind of hover in between.
Uh-huh. Pick one, dude. Pick one.
This is an easy question.
So one of them, you guys were talking about pronouncing, would you order something if you can't pronounce it?
Yep.
Right.
And while I'm thinking of it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to fucking say aioli.
And do you want it?
Did
Hell
you just
no.
say Oli?
Then Mason is like,
an Oli on your skateboard?
Mason's like, why would you make it fancy and add aioli to it? I'm like, my guy, my dude right there, my dude.
He wasn't here physically, but he was here. He was here.
And then the last little piece was you asked Mason if he ever got kicked out of a bar.
Yep.
And I think you guys wanted to tell the story of Boston while I was on.
We did tell the story of Boston.
Oh yeah, that's
No.
it. Good.
Well, is there more to the story?
I don't remember.
Did I talk about the plumbing at the first
No,
Point America?
dude, you just said. I was like, I gotta get out of there. And then
Yeah,
Jake's like,
we'll
any details?
end it
And you're like, we'll save that for Zach.
Well,
It's gonna be like a secret Patreon episode 40 years from now.
yeah, you got to earn that story.
All I know is this. I get a tap on the shoulder. I get a,
Let's go.
and then the guy's
It's
like,
time
"You
to-
gonna pay for that?"
Zach says, "I gotta pay," and I'm like, "Nah, you don't want to pay for this." Well,
Dang.
here's a part of that story that I forget about all the time. So Zach's phone died, and he was he had Uber, but that's a story for another day as well. So Zach's phone dies, so he's using my phone, right? I wake up the next morning and I'm looking at my Instagram or Facebook messengers. I'm like, who in the heck is Kelsey? I'm like, did some chick just start messaging me on Facebook?
That's funny.
But Zach's Facebook was still logged in.
I forgot about that actually.
Boy, you should have seen what they wrote to each other.
Oh man.
No, I have no idea.
Send me the screenshots.
I got you.
That was,
You're not supposed to take dick pics on other people's phones.
So, while I was listening to it, one thing I kind of thought about recently, I've been hearing a lot of stories about some of my buddies. They're I won't call them alcoholics, but I call them seasoned. You know,
Okay.
they could go drink a couple beers, go home just fine, be good. You guys would probably fall under that category.
Okay.
Whoa! Let's not put labels on anything.
But recently I've heard people going out to the bar, having a couple beers, getting like really sick, really like fucked up. They get home, they're sick for days on end. And people are thinking they got like drugged at the bar. So I'm going to ask you guys ever suspect that you've been drugged at a bar?
I have never been suspected that I was drugged at a bar. There's an interesting story about Zach being drugged at a bar,
A, I caught it in time.
and then still wanted to drink it.
B, that's the end of the story.
I've never suspected being dosed myself. No.
I've never suspected myself either, but there's another story for the Patreons.
We're suspected.
and we won't talk about any more of that night either.
And that story's dead. All right. Well, that was a great episode. Stay tuned for number 11.
I'll just leave it at this. Zach, that was not the creepiest thing Zach experienced that night.
Was that the same night?
That was the same night.
You know what's strange is like I don't remember any of that until you guys told those stories later on either.
I didn't remember any of it until that one person told his stories later.
Yeah, and you're like, wait a minute.
That's not what happened.
That's not how that happened.
Yeah, we'll save that story for a different time. I remember that night, so I got some pieces that I can add in there. We are going to need like a hidden version of this podcast, like an after dark version at some point.
Gotta pay for that one.
There's all these stories that I want to tell that it's like, I don't know if we can put that on YouTube.
Yeah, you have to I have to vet you on our Patreon to make sure you're cool.
Yeah. You're going to need your ID and passport.
Yeah. Credit card number, year 10,000 from the loan repayment.
Voter registration.
That one's for Mason only.
Yeah.
Good shit, boys.
Yeah, I think that kind of brings our episode to an end here for this week. Sorry, I was kind of low energy at the beginning there. I'm kind of feeling sick still, but hopefully I'm feeling.
I felt full energy the whole time.
Yeah, dude, we were raving.
You know me, Mr. Low energy,
Mr. Low Energy over there.
It's that Vidi, man. It's that Omicron.
No, this is clone Jake from Tally Health. This ain't the real Jake.
It's the Clone Wars.
That's why he doesn't like Star Wars.
Yeah. It's like they're foiling my plan.
Clone Wars.
You guys are on to me.
I want to see my people die.
So make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. We shouted out moms this episode. You could be in our next shout out. Stay tuned.
Jesus.